Hey everybody, Fifth Horseman, back again playing more Kerbal Space Program. And at the end of last episode I said I was going to land a bunch of probes on the moon, but then I came into a problem here. I don't have any probes. I forgot. I was so excited about buying solar panels, I forgot I never bought probes. So we're going to scrub that mission, and we're going to earn our probes by doing some science on Minmus. And we're going to send a ship up that you should recognize. It's basically the ship I sent to Moon with a couple changes. One, I took off a lot of the batteries because I shouldn't need them. And two, I added some solar panels because that's going to make everything so much better. And I've also added some landing lights just for style points. And the last thing I did is I added an action group, which is something that I haven't done yet in this series, and I've barely done it at all in the game. But I'm finding them very nice. And the action group here that I've added is to do all the science. If I hit 1, or actually I should say if I hit Alt-1 in flight, all these things will open and do science, and then I can transmit them. The other thing I did is, oh, I haven't done it yet. Let me take this off. I'm going to take this off and drag the whole ship around. And I'm going to add this instead. Just to see what it does, mostly. It's the bigger science dish. I just want to see what it does, because it's a new thing and I want to explore it. So, other than that, though, it's the exact same ship. So we are going to we're gonna let Jeb sit out on this one because he's been on so many flights, and even Bill has been on a lot of flights. So let's get Bob out there. But it's been a while since Bob has had a chance to do a flight. So let's head out to the launch pad. Okay, it's nighttime. Not a big deal. We've got basically the same ship we had before, and because it's night, there's absolutely no reason for you to watch this launch, so I am going to meet you in orbit. Well, while we're going up through the air here, let's do a quick, just to show you this. If I do Alt-1, we get science, and we just transmit. Comm dish opens. Actually, that was probably stupid. Hopefully this thing won't get ripped off. Apparently it did not, which is good. But we just got some science for that, and I did very little work, which is the important thing. And I also used very little power, which is also important. Okay, we are in orbit over the ocean. We got the city lights back behind us. We're coming up on the big peninsula up there. But other than that, it's pretty dark out. We've got plenty of electric charge, so let's go ahead and do some science here. Let's do an Alt F1 now that we actually have time. 9.9, that works for me. 0.1, no sense keeping that. Yeah, we've pretty much used up goo science around Kerbin. But now it's time to plan our Minmus encounter. We've been to Minmus before. Jeb has been there at least. We're actually getting kind of close to where we want to be for that, which is right around here. Oh, this is a new thing I installed. I haven't even used it yet. I have no idea what it does. It lets me fiddle with the encounter nodes, and it also lets me fiddle with my let's get an actual encounter here. I guess we don't have one because our orbit is so crappy. See, and I can't even bring it up or down. We just have to assume we're right. Does this zero it out? I don't know what S just did. Conics. I don't know what any of this is. I probably shouldn't have installed it with. I should have fiddled with it before I brought it out on the show, but honestly I forgot that I had it installed. So I'm just gonna do a burn on faith here. Set Minmus as my target. And then we're gonna have to, after we finish this burn, we're gonna have to do a burn right here. That's just the way it's gonna work, because we need to get our orbits aligned before we can see what the encounter is going to be. So this is going to waste a little bit of delta V. But we should have the delta V to spare. And we all know what happened when Jeb thought he had the Delta V to spare. But let's go ahead, and we got 4 minutes, so let's do the old add a maneuver node, or add a maneuver node alarm. It's a 36-second burn, so we got to wait till we're at about 20-ish seconds, give or take. Let's get ourselves aligned and then speed up time. Whoa. Okay, 18 sounds good to me. Should be pretty much perfect. Just extending our orbit out. You've seen this before as well. Oh. You've seen that before as well. A much longer burn now, which is sad, but there's not much you can do about that. This is all kind of guesswork anyway. Tell you what, let me just erase this maneuver node. We'll just burn until we get out there. It'd be a shame if we lost our landing chance. But Minmus has a lot smaller gravity well than Moon does. So assuming we don't waste too much of our fuel out here, getting there, pretty much perfect. Okay, now at the ascending node, we have a lot of burning to do here. This here is what's going to really chew up our fuel. But I don't know of a better way to do it. And it looks like, yeah, we're wasting a lot of fuel here. There's our encounter. 391. We don't care about surface anymore. We care about vessel. Oh, we have plenty of Delta V. Plenty, I say. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. We have plenty of Delta V. So, we don't really care what it looks like when we get there. We've got a 35-second burn. We're basically burning straight down. There's Cairo. There's the moon. Where is it? There it is. Might as well do an Alt F1. I keep doing F1. Alt 1. Transmit that. Don't bother wasting the thing on that. Just getting as much science as we can. And at about now, I guess we can start our burn. Yeah, Minmus with that plane change is a little bit trickier, and I basically have the absolute worst possible plane change. I could, by using my brains and math and stuff, have made that better, but I would rather just burn the fuel, to be honest with you. But here we go, and whoa, I hate it when I do that. Do we have an encounter still? Good enough for me. Okay. Now we want to get our periapsis closer. Actually zoom in on the maneuver node itself. There we go. This is what I want to see. I want to see this periapsis. I don't want to see this one anymore. Oh, it's so touchy. Yeah. So it's still a tiny little burn. So let's go ahead and set ourselves up to do it. Yeah, it's not worth worrying about 3.3 meters per second here. So we're set up on the thing. Let's add a maneuver node right there. See, this is going to get us a lot closer than we would have gotten normally, and it'll save us a lot of fuel in the long run. So let's at least I think it'll save us a lot of fuel in the long run. I shouldn't say these things definitively. So let's get out there and close the alarm. We don't really have to worry about where we are. I'm just going to do the burn. And then I'm going to delete the maneuver node. And check out my periapsis now. It says 59. So if I just go boop, 54, boop, 47, boop, 39, boop. Okay, now it's going back up. So obviously that's the best we can do, burning along these axes. So I'm actually going to burn a teeny tiny bit more. 38. We're going to leave it right at that. And if we don't get into orbit, we're going to be in this crazy orbit here. So we obviously want to fix that. But there's time for that later. Now we're going to do some science. Okay. First of all, Bob, I know you're excited, but get out there. Do an EVA report. It's worth nothing. Okay. Get back in. What are you doing in there? Okay, we're going to do Alt-1. Doing all of our science. 25, that works for me. And these are worth absolutely nothing. So it's really only this that matters. Go ahead and transmit that. Still worth 25. That's probably worth less than 25. And you'll notice our energy is going down. But we've got solar panels, so it's going back up. So we can do this all day long if we wanted to. Of course we don't want to, but we can do it a couple times. But we're only getting, what is it, 4.3 sciences for it, which definitely isn't worth doing too many more of these. But it's better than nothing. So, if we couldn't, yeah, we've actually used up all of our electric charge, but it'll slowly recharge itself, which is fine. So let's go and delete this because Bob doesn't exist anymore. Well, he exists. He's just not outside the ship anymore. Let's go ahead and speed up time. Let's watch Kerbin go away from us. Bye-bye, Kerbin. We have a day before we reach Minmus, so let's just crank up time here. Here comes Minmus. We got to set up a new maneuver node now. Right at our perigee. Oops, that's not what I want to do. I want to add a maneuver, and I want to slow my orbit down to get into an orbit. Go. I want to actually. Whoa! It is crazy doing this on the maneuver node itself. I'm going to set Minmus as the target. I'm not used to having the maneuver node be my target. Okay, so I'm going to do it right here. And you know what? Let's just come right down. Actually, no. We want to orbit. We want to orbit. So let's do this. We're going to burn down till our periapsis is at about 12. That seems pretty good. And then we're going to burn again when it's at 12. And then we're going to keep on circling until we get a nice flat area. And this polar orbit, being the way it is actually pretty nice because we'll have a new swath that we're coming over. Let's pretend we planned it this way. So let's add this maneuver node. Let's do the old fun free mode here. Let's aim ourselves at our maneuver node so we can do this. Let's also do some science and see what we get here. 100. That's 20 though, and might as well send these ones as well. Okay, and let's go ahead and shut all these down and watch as Minmus approaches. Very slowly. Here she comes. Whoa. Whoa. Craziness. Okay, we've got a basically burn right now because we've got a 2-minute burn. This is where we decide if we have enough fuel here. We only have 1 minute of burning left. Oh wait, it's not a 2-minute burn. What the hell? It completely lied to me. Well, this maneuver node is no good anymore. What is our actual periapsis? Okay. I guess we'll just burn when we get to it. In 5 minutes. Although it doesn't really matter that much. Let's go ahead and speed up time a little bit. And we're going to burn to actually bring it down to about 12. That works. Yeah, we got plenty of delta V. We got a full minute. Now, at our periapsis again, we're going to burn to bring our apoapsis down to about 12. There we go. 12 and 12. Looks good to me. Let's go ahead and turn ourselves around. Turn this thing around. Oh, I love having solar panels. Speaking of having solar panels, let's go ahead and do some science. What do you say, Bob? Alt F1. These things all open up. 85, 4.8, better than nothing. Should probably do an EVA. We've only been here once. What does your EVA report tell us? 32. Let's go ahead and keep that data. And get back aboard. Let's do a crew report as well. That works for me. And then let's go ahead and transmit everything we have. So, you know what? Let's just do another one of these. Bring our resources up. Let's aim at the sun so we actually get our solar panels. Go ahead and send that, and send that. I have to let those things transmit. And sadly, we've now used up all of our electricity, but no big deal. We're waiting till periapsis. Oh, I did it again. Because I had a maneuver set up, or because I left my post with a maneuver set up. I lost my maneuver node. No biggie. There we go. Let's go ahead and aim at that maneuver node. Getting a decent amount of sunlight, I guess. Yeah. Just waiting for all this stuff to charge. And now let's go ahead and add that maneuver node alarm. Whoa. That's the fun about a polar orbit. Okay. Now this can't be more than a 1 second burn here. So let's go ahead and get ourselves down to about 10 seconds or so. Okay, good enough. Good enough. Now, it's all about waiting. And we're going to be waiting while we watch the sunny side of the planet for a good landing spot. And it looks like it's going to be a while before one arrives, so I'm going into fast forward mode. Okay, as we're coming over the North Pole, we've got some lakes coming around here. So when I get to the other side, like right around here somewhere, I am going to kill time warp, and I'm going to slow down my orbit so that I come down really close to these lakes. And right around here. So now I'm going to do a teeny tiny burn here. Retrograde. Get my periapsis in view. Let's get it down to about 5 maybe. I don't know what the highest point on Minmus is, but let's make it 5. That seems safe. let's do an F5. What do you say? Okay, now let's go ahead and watch this because this could be fun. I don't know which direction we're going. Looks like we're going this way. There we go. Let's watch ourselves come in. The sun is rising. Go ahead and aim ourselves retrograde here, just to be ready. Yeah, I mean, our orbit is tiny. Yeah, see, this is the worst part about this, is whenever you go over the pole, the camera completely freaks out. But we're going to come down here, and we're going to be really close to hitting things, which could be bad. Might as well do more science here. Alt-1. Transmit, transmit, transmit. Why not? Okay, this hill is going to scare me. But I think we're going to be fine. Yeah, we'll be fine. But when we crest this hill, that's when we're going to want to start our burn here, because we want to land right there on that lake. That's our goal. That's where Bob's landing. And I think it's going to be a pretty quick burn. 168, maybe a 10-second burn. We could actually do it from the map view. And you know what? This is a better lake. Assuming we think we can get over this hill over here. Let's go ahead and try it. I would rather hit the better lake. I'm going to be ready to cheat. If I need to. Actually, let's just do it straight up. Looks like we'll be fine. Oh yeah, we'll be fine. Okay, back to the orbit killing burn here. Let's just get out over the lake. Cruising over this cliff face here. Okay. Oh yeah, this is going to be easy. I'm actually going to come out a little bit farther. Might as well be right in the middle of it here. Okay, I'm going to speed up time because Minmus is so small that... Oh, I should have actually been thinking about my surface velocity, but no biggie. Little burns, that's the way this works. I'm just killing my horizontal velocity so that when the time comes... heading basically straight down. Sadly, I can't quite see that part of my nav ball without coming up a little bit, but no bigs. Okay. Actually, looks like I went a little too far. That X right on the middle there. There we go. Okay, landing gear down. And lights on, even though they don't really matter. Because I'm landing in direct sunlight. And we should be right above... Oh, can't warp faster than 1. Well, I could physics warp, but I don't think I'm going to. Let's go ahead and do more science. We're not going to do an EVA. Let's do a crew report here. And transmit that. Yeah, okay, there's our shadow. I'm no good at suicide burns, so I'm I'm just keeping my speed from being too far. We've got plenty of fuel. I know Jeb said that he had plenty of fuel, but Bob means it. And we've landed. Okay, lights off. We need to save the power here. Okay, well, another successful landing. Had to do a couple quick saves. I have no idea where Kerbin is, or even if Kerbin is in the sky. It looks like he's not. She's not. Is Kerbin a boy or a girl? Let's go ahead and do a crew report. Works for me. Let's go ahead and keep that data. Let's do our Alt F1. Oh, look at that, 125. Let's go ahead and keep that, and keep that, and keep that. And then let's transmit everything we have so far. While Bill does an EVA. Bill, give us a crew report, or an EVA report. Tell us how you feel. Let's go ahead and keep that, and store it. And then let go. Don't land on our... Okay. First man on Minmus. How do you feel about that? Let's plant a flag. Yeah, this is just Minmus's surface. So, yeah, because Minmus doesn't have any biomes. Minmus landing 1. Ice Lake. I know it's not ice. Bob was here. Let's go ahead and keep this. Let's take a soil sample. Probably not edible. That's fine. We don't need to worry about it, whether or not it's edible. Let's go ahead and get your pack out. And sadly, there's no real reason to do anything else here. We've pretty much exhausted what we can do on Minmus, other than we could take a couple crew reports. You know what? I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to take a couple of these reports and send them back one by one. Okay, stop screwing around. Grab on, and I guess get on board. Because, okay. Yeah, I'm just going to do a couple cycles of this until I start to see some serious degradation of of the quality of what's available here. So I will come back after I've done that, because there's no need for you to watch it. Okay, we're back. Bob is on the surface. He's going to take one more surface sample. This is what we're bringing home with us. We're going to keep this data. We're going to do one more EVA report. We're going to keep this data. And we're going to store this stuff. We're going to grab on here. We're going to store our experiments. Then we're going to do one more EVA report from up here. Then we're going to get inside the ship. Then we're going to take one more of these, of everything, and we're going to keep these. We're not going to transmit these. And now, with everything's just running, so I don't think there's any big deal here. We're going to take off again. And we're going to do basically what we normally do on launch, which is we're going to go this way, because normally north is down here when you're launching, so we're going to head this way. And we're going to get our apoapsis up to about 10 kilometers. I think that's fair. And then when we get up there, we're going to circularize our orbit and then send our way home. Meanwhile, transmitting all the data that we've collected off the surface. I honestly have no idea how much data I've collected. And I have no idea how long it's going to take to transmit it all. I'm just letting the comm dish. Apparently it has an infinite storage on it of stuff to send, because I really filled it up pretty full. Anyway, we're 5 minutes from apoapsis, so I'm cranking time up. I'm not cranking time up. I'm waiting till we're over 3,000 meters. Now I'm cranking time up. Okay, we can crank it up again now that we're over 6,000 meters. Okay, and I'm just going to get my periapsis above, say, 10. Or actually, I guess it won't be above 10. It's a really crappy orbit. I should be paying more attention to what I'm doing. But anyway, Kerbin's over here. So somewhere around here, we are going to want to do a maneuver to get ourselves home. And I have no idea what that's going to look like. Let's see what we can do here. That's making it bigger. This is all making it smaller. And we want it to be somewhere in the vicinity of 35 again, just like always. And we could probably conserve fuel, but this is a 14-second burn, and we have 28 seconds, so we have literally twice as much fuel as we need. So we're just going to do this. Let's go ahead and get ourselves aimed right. We're still transmitting data. Solar panels are making this all so much easier. Let's go ahead and add a maneuver node. Yes, add an alarm. And I don't know if we're far enough over Kerbin to do this, but let's do an EVA. Let's take an EVA report. In space near Minmus. Okay, let's keep that data and then get back on board. Oh, we're going to dump the experiments, yeah. Let's actually review the experiments we have. EVA report while in space near Minmus. Yeah, so we already have space near Minmus. So if we can get away, like farther away from Minmus, we can take another EVA report. Let's go ahead and keep these datas, though. So let's crank time up. Let's get up to about 20,000 and see if that's better. Okay, head on out there, Bill. Let's do an EVA report. Yeah, still in space near Minmus. Let's go ahead and just discard it because it's not going to let us back in the ship with it anyway. We're apparently done transmitting data, which is nice. Means we're actually filling up our fuel tanks here. Let's go ahead and restore this maneuver node. Oh, I was aimed at it. What do you know? Okay, well, I don't care anymore about transmitting data. We have plenty. There comes a time when you're just spending too much time trying to get your data going. Let's replace our maneuver node. We don't need to do that because we already have our maneuver node there. It's a 14-second burn, so we need to get down to about 10 seconds before we care. And right about there. Let's go down to 8 and we'll crank up our engines. And then once we get really close, I'll fine-tune this to get a really nice... Okay, doesn't really matter now. Let's go ahead and kill this maneuver node. 38. I think we can do a little bit better than that. Okay, it's going up. So it looks like actually 38 might be the best we can do. 34, 33... 32, 31, well, yep, 31 looks like the sweet spot. So that's good enough. That'll definitely get us, that'll get us a landing somewhere. Looks like the dark side again. Possibly not, though. Hard to tell. But hey, we did it. Let's go ahead and enjoy the show. Actually, let's not enjoy the show yet. Let's, actually, we can't add the... Whoops. We can't add a thing until we've left. So let's go ahead and get away from Minmus. Goodbye, Minmus. I hope you enjoyed your visit. We will be back many times, setting up Kethane refineries up there. I found in previous saves that Minmus is the best place around Kerbin to set up a Kethane refinery. You'll see why eventually. Okay, now that we're in Kerbin's sphere of influence, we can set a... This thing is just in the way. Every time I need it. Okay, so we don't need to worry about that. What we want to do is add a periapsis. And we'll say 3 minutes before. Let's add an alarm. And let's go into enjoyment mode. And just watch as we slowly work our way in. There's Moon going by. And we're coming in from the top here. Moon's going to swing back around again. Slowing it down a little bit just to enjoy it. Yeah, it looks like we are going to be coming in on the night side. I for some reason I cannot avoid the night side of Kerbin as I come in. But there's the clouds, there's the North Pole. Or is it the South Pole? I don't even know. I think it's the North Pole. Coming in. Oh, crazy time. Whoa. Okay. Yeah, we're coming in hot and I have no idea where we are. It's weird when you come in from different angles like this. Like you don't see this part of the game very often. Let's go ahead and crank up time until we're in the atmosphere at least. Oh, that music sound means that we're not in the atmosphere anymore. Okay, we're going to want to aim ourselves back. And, yeah. Sadly, we're not anywhere fun at all. So let's crank up time until we get this. Tell you what, you don't need to see this. You've seen this many times. Unless something crazy happens, I'm not going to show it to you. Okay, I've deployed the chute. We are in a very mountainous area, but as usual, we are not landing in the mountains. I'm concerned about my speed, so that's why I deployed the chute a little bit early. And I think I'm going to actually cheat a little bit with the engine. We might as well, because we have the fuel. I would like to get us down to under 100 when the chute opens. But I'd like to save a little bit of fuel for the actual landing. Because I'm not 100% sure what's going to happen here. These chutes have impressed me many times, but I'm just waiting for... And again, it works. And it looks like we're good. Let's go down to about 20 or so above the ground. Luckily, I have this engineer that actually tells me my altitude above the ground. Make sure we're not in physics warp. Uh-oh. Turn the lights on. There we go. Okay, you know what you need to do now, Bob. Actually, take a crew report. Nah, don't worry about it. Let's go ahead and EVA. You don't have anything to store. Take an EVA report and keep it. I don't know if you can store it. You could. Sorry about making you drop there. We haven't figured out how ladders work in space yet. Go ahead and strut away from the ship a little bit. Let's take a surface sample. More Highlands, so it's worth absolutely nothing. And an EVA report is worth absolutely nothing. We got to stop landing in the Highlands. Apparently, most of Kerbin is Highlands. But hey, what are you going to do? Let's go ahead and recover you, Bob. and see how much science we got. I sadly have no idea how much we started with, but we transmitted a lot from Minmus, and we now have 1464. So let's go ahead and recover your ship, which should give us even more. We are at Kerbin, and let's recover and get another 113 science for that. 1577 total. Good job. Okay, well, successful mission. This is getting to be a habit with me. I'm getting a little worried. It's time to expand our horizons, though, and the big thing here is we're gonna buy these probe cores. Do I actually? No, I didn't get the Kethane scanner yet. Where is the Kethane scanner? Because I need that. That is critical to being able to actually... yeah, there's the medium survey unit. Yeah, I'm surprised at how far down the list the Kethane scanner is, considering, like, I can drill for Kethane up here. Like, why would I need to drill for Kethane when I can't scan for it until I get here? So I think the first thing I'm going to have to do is I'm going to do my Mooner mission that I was talking about doing by buying this this tech tree node, so I can get this Stay Putnik. Tell you what, I'm just going to buy it now. Cool. But anyway, I'm Fifth Horseman. I hope you enjoyed watching this. I know I enjoyed making it, and I will, as always, talk at you later.